Hi guys, happy Wednesday. Before I go through the packet pages, I want to go through some of our vocabulary words that are going to help you with the language arts page. So the first word is trouble. If you have trouble doing something, you have problems doing it, like in this picture, the goat is having trouble getting out. I want you to talk to your partner or whoever you're with right now. Tell them, what do you have trouble doing? What's something you don't have trouble doing? The next word is whole. When something is whole, it is complete. None of it is missing. For example, the whole barn is painted red. It's not like there's a hole in the ground. That's a different kind of hole. This is the whole thing. If there was like a hole in the ground, it would just be H-O-L-E. When there's a W, it means like the whole thing. So I want you to tell your partner, how is a whole pie different from a piece of pie? Which would you rather have, a whole pie or a piece of pie? And then for math, we are talking about telling time. Please make sure you guys watch Mrs. Gentile's video and the Jack Hartman song. That'll help you guys a lot. And telling time is super helpful. You're not always going to have a digital clock on your phone. You're going to have a clock like this, and you need to know how to read it. And this is a special clock because it has these numbers on the outside. Usually clocks don't have that. And this is to help you. And if you know how to count by fives, you can tell time. So, for example, let's put the little hand at the 8 and the big hand at the 12. That would say 8 o'clock. Anytime it's at the 12, that means o'clock. And that's what time school starts. So that's what time I pick you guys up to go to the classroom. And then we'll go to the classroom and we'll work on our warm-up until about 8:20. That's when I call you guys to the carpet for morning meeting. As you can see, this would not be 8:04, it would be 8:20. So see how we count by fives to tell the minutes? So 5, 10, 15, 20. And then around 8:30 is when we usually start language arts. So when the big hand is at the 6, that always means that the minute is 30. So this would say 8:30. We spend quite a bit of time on language arts. So I'll go all the way around and then look at the little hand. Now it's pointing at the 9. Around 9:40 is when we start daily 3. And then I'm going to keep going. 10:25, that's a lot of you guys' favorite time of the day. That's recess. And then 10:45, we have read aloud. And then exactly 11 o'clock is when we start math. And then another favorite time, 12:10, lunchtime. 12:50, PE. 1:15, we usually do science or social studies. Where are we at? Oh, 2:10. 2:10 is usually when we start to clean up. And then finally 2:20, that's when the bell rings for you guys to go home. All right, let's go through the packet pages that I have assigned for today. So for language arts, you're doing page 213. We're going to fill in those vocabulary words that we went over earlier. Remember, trouble. If you have trouble doing something, you have problems doing it. And whole means when something is whole, it is complete. None of it is missing. So it says, circle the word that completes the sentence. Write the word on the line. I had blank cleaning my room, and we will eat the blank cake. For handwriting practice, after you write your name and number, practice tracing the capital S. Follow the arrows the way they tell you to. Trace all the capital S's and then write them yourself starting at the dot, and do the same thing for lowercase s and write them yourself starting at the dot. For math, you're doing page 208. It says, fill in the numbers on the clock. Choose an hour time. Draw the hands to show the time. Write the time. Okay, so remember, at the top of the clock is the number 12. And then you're going to go 1 all the way until you get to 12. And then I want you guys to pick a time, so any hour. And then it's going to be, since it's going to be on the hour, that means the long hand will be pointing to the 12. And that'll be o'clock. So all of your times on this digital clock should have 2 zeros here. Now for social studies, you're doing page 87. I want you to read this poem called You and I. It says, you and I ride the same bus to school. We even share the same seat. But I have a backpack I wear on my back, and you pull yours by your feet. You and I play soccer together. We play on the very same team. But I am a forward and kick the ball, and you are a goalie supreme. You and I eat lunch together. That's what we like the most. But I like peanut butter and jelly, and you like tuna on toast. You and I are best friends, and everyone will agree. While we're alike in many ways, we're as different can be. So all I want you guys to do is draw 2 pictures that go with the poem. Maybe one picture that shows how the 2 characters are similar, and one picture that shows how they're different. You also have some bonus language arts pages. You can either do these on a separate piece of paper or print them out at home. It says, work with a partner. Take turns reading a spelling word to your partner. The person listening has to find the word on their paper, circle it, and copy it. Then the listener has to read a word to you. When you find it, circle it and copy it. Do this until all the words have been read and copied. Okay, so maybe your partner will say art, and then so you'll circle it, and then you'll write it right here. And then just keep doing that until you get through all the words. And then on this page, it says fill in the missing letter or letters. And it says hint, here are the letters that are missing. So like for number 1 would be happy. So I'm gonna cross out that one and put in the missing letters. And then right here it says find the boxes where the words fit, write them in. And this last bonus language arts page says read the sentences, draw a picture to match the sentence. The cart is full of hats. Okay, so I would draw a cart. Don't judge my drawing skills. And then it's full of hats, so I don't know, maybe like a big top hat in there, like a baseball cap. So have fun with that. Add pictures to go with all of these. And then you also have a bonus word problem. So week 26, day 3, I have assigned for today. It says an elephant family had 3 girls and 2 boys. Another had 4 girls and 7 boys. If the 2 families joined together, how many elephants would there be? Okay, so this is actually, it might be a 2-step problem. So to figure out how many girls there are, you're gonna need to do an addition equation and figure out how many boys there are, another addition equation, and then the total that you find here and the total that you find here is how many you're going to have in all. So try and challenge yourself and do this one. And as always, do not forget to do your PE, read. If you want more writing practice, you can write about what you read and also study your sight words. All right, guys, see you tomorrow.